Welcome to the lovely future humans and the IHP community and those who love to do personal and spiritual growth and know that sciences and spirituality unlock the potential to our true selves and to our best life. So the new series, it is a fun one. It hasn't began yet, but this is going to be the placeholder. It will be a 5D Mystics Skeptic Nutritionist Diary, but it will be talking primarily about being yourself the smart way, which is integrating all the stuff we talk about while knowing. So here's the thing. Do you have a 3-year-old? I know I do. So does anybody like to be told what to do? When you are being focused on what you want to do because you feel, I feel good, right? So when you're focused on yourself, the way we talk about it, but you're smart, you have a body connected and a brain that's integrated, which is why with self-awareness, you're able to notice that which is an ego, an inner child, and basically a human being who's like, I really, really don't like it. So, one, I'm a skeptic because I don't really think I need a diet, but as healthy professionals have informed me of a lot of smart things. Muscle mass is important. Body fat is important, right? All these numbers, which I'm not a mathematician, meaning I'm not science. I'm all woo-woo and pseudoscience. That's why I'm a 5D mystic skeptic. But I said, how am I going to prove it to myself? No, I don't actually have a teenager in the room. Okay, so the diary is not going to be a record of everything I eat or drink, and not at all. It's going to continue being self-led topics, so you get to hear about what I feel, what I think, what I am learning, and how I'm feeling for sure. That one, what am I achieving those goals? Okay, so when you work with a good professional, they will always care about the outcome. Like for me, I know that I work with people who have bodies that are connected because otherwise they're doing bad resilience. Okay, so integrated brains, restorative embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating people. So I personally remain skeptical and dislike being told how to manage my eating habits. This today I woke up, I'm like, I don't really like the idea that someone's going to use my 24 hours the way they want. But also the process can change my body, right? Because that's one of the things they actually highlighted. And I'm like, yeah, I like myself the way I am. And why would I? I'm healthy. Why? But am I? So I'm healthy, yes, but I don't have a specific number of muscle mass or whatever. So here's where, when you're self-aware, again, accountable and regulating, as a self-agent, you're not like, oh my God, I'm just gonna put my feet down. No, that's Pinocchio's island. Okay. So if you tuned into any of these recent episodes, you'll know what I'm talking about. So when someone else is going to have control over our day-to-day life and it bothers you so much, this is exactly why the tension made me aware of my left and right. Hey, what's up, Maria's brain and ego and child parts? Why are you creating so much resistance besides the fact that somebody wants to tell you what to do? Okay, so something that's deemed good for me by science and healthy society. So what's healthy society? Healthy society are people that will keep you in a healthy, moderate lifestyle. That's very easy. So people who support maladaptive patterns of behavior and people who are not stronger than their dysfunctional patterns, than their dysregulated nervous systems, people who want to stay in their emotionally immature, insecure, that's not healthy. That's called people who lack not only self-worth, they lack self-empowerment, self-enlightening. Above all, they lack the sense of self. So they are not good or bad, but they are living unhealthy lifestyles. So the healthy professional, like the healthy individual, that's why it's being yourself the smart way. So the podcast series, it's going to motivate me because I'm actually like, I don't want to do this. But it's not that big of a deal because believe me, my life is blessed. I have consistently a heart and mind that I own, and I have a body that I own. And that's exactly why I'm still a skeptic, because I really don't think I need any of it. But I'm still curious to see what's going to happen, okay? So by noticing when you're self-aware, accountable, and having fun with it, this is part of that inner growth mindset we talk about, is we have welcome to the depths of our emotional plane, and we are being seen as we are. We're not pretending to be who we are, okay? You're being yourself. So being focused on what's right for you from the heart and being yourself the smart way, this is what leads to success and your best life. And every single bit of all that will have been read to you, from spirituality books to good sciences books, not the ones who are selling their dog when their likes and dislikes. Those are not empowered feminines or empowered masculines. So our episodes, all of them are always focused on how we not only use self-awareness, why it matters, it makes you accountable, and you're accountable of the first thing regulating your nervous system in its ventral vagal state. Then you're accountable of your personality patterns of temperament and attachment. With all of that being said, your left and right work together because you have an integrated brain, and that's why I'm having fun with it while knowing I really am bothered by it, which makes me laugh even more. So who is the challenge for? It's for myself. Have you ever seen those 5-day challenges? You know why they don't work for people? Because what motivates you? So I know what motivates Marie. I did the PDP framework test, and even before doing it, I still know what motivates me. I'm motivated by living the best life ever and then being able to not only wipe my own butthole when I'm 80, but also help people around me. Because seriously, how do you tell anyone you love them when you don't really care to make sure that you can live a good long life? And when my functioning alcoholic friend in my face is saying, oh, I'm helping my family be happy, and then the other functioning alcoholic is, I drank 5 beers, and another functioning, and another, and I'm like, I did smoke cigarettes, but oh my gosh, you're all like coming down with it. So right now I'm just thinking, Pinocchio, what a beautiful island. I'll hang out on Pinocchio's island. I'm just not part of it. And when I notice that you're letting me know that you're not stronger than your dysfunction, dysregulated patterns, and you're making it sound like the system is trying to hold you down, which is one of these people telling me this, I know that that is exactly repeatable data. Like Stephen Porges pointed out, when someone's in mobilization and defense with the shame binding, the dark sides of neuroplasticity, and that means a teenage version, it's not funny, and it ain't Lucifer. It's a bunch of people. The system's trying to hold me down. All of a sudden, I got 2 men. They're older than me talking about the system holding them down. And I was like, this was not about you. We were talking about attachment and trauma and some other human being whose pathology. And, well, yeah, I already knew that. Just let me leave it alone. So when you do understand what success and best life mean, you really don't need somebody to tell you it. And that's why IHP has always been about inspiring human potential, not having mediocre people come around to play let's do the trending topic game, because that's not it. And mysticism and spirituality and mindful living and loving. And anyone who wants to say they want to help people, I said I want to help people when I grew up. Yeah, to be happy in life. Be you. Be yourself is the best advice ever. Body connected, otherwise it's bad resilience, which means you're not being you. You're just pretending. So when you get people who are pretending, you're going to know who they are. When you get people who are being their self the smart way, they recognize why self-awareness, accountability, and regulation skills in VBS matters. They value skilled professionals for holistic well-being, which is what we're also going to look at. And they do see how blending science and spirituality nurtures not only long-term mental, emotional, physical health, but it allows you to be yourself, authentic self. That's why it's your best life. So science, spirituality open the path to authenticity, resiliency, well-being, and living that which is, again, a very healthy, good, true spirituality life. And like Jesus taught us, 5D is because of Christ consciousness. God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, they all taught me how to forgive every single one of my brothers and sisters. And I said, hey, God, so no Lucifer, just cowards. Hey, God, so listen, science, it's fixed it. Everyone's healed if they want. They don't have to have the kingdom of God within them. Of course, they can choose to live their Pinocchio lifestyle in a pseudo-live body with everything. So with body, brain, mind, heart, self-harmony, as science and spirituality show, there's no failure. That's to a T. Neuroscience, neurobiology shows exactly how you can achieve the flow state, but you're not a machine. So the minute you're objectifying the journey and just doing it to look good, that's not how it's going to work, because the essence of you is being ignored, your child parts. So in addition to sharing with you all my journey, how bored I'm going to be and upset, I don't want to do it. I get to leave a legacy, if the digital data allows me to leave it, that will support future generations who can learn from it, and they will know that it's about what works. For a body that's connected, though, remember, ventral vagal state. For a mind and brain that's owned by Maria. For a human being who has all my child parts here, which is why I know I'm whining about it for no other reason except for I don't want to do it. But I'm also curious about the outcomes. So it's not about my likes or dislikes. That's what a clear channel is. When you meet those who are the prophets, the gurus, the spiritual ones, the enlightened ones, they all bring with them something specific. It's called the timber of we care about the human being you are, and we know that you can be the best version of you. I get to bring the human elements, because it's always been about you being you, and I love it. So a healthy society encourages, God encourages, strengthens. He doesn't make his children feel ashamed of themselves the way very, very, very nasty human beings are. And that's because they were treated like nasty little human beings. So it's not like we can do anything, since they will immediately make up some excuse for why they don't need anything, like the people have showed me, which is why when I'm like, I don't really need this though, and I'm like really upset about it though. So we don't have a one size fits all. There's not a one right way to do anything. There's a science, again, and spirituality. It allows you to bring all of it in: well-being, living your best life, resiliency, authenticity. So being yourself doesn't mean you stubbornly do things your way or that you assume you're always right. It means doing what is truly right for you. A healthy society will encourage this, guide you towards your best interest, which is your inner and outer well-being. It also means you're knowledgeable with self-agency. I have self-agency. So even with me not liking, it's like with hair, if they cut it, I don't like it, it'll grow back. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to do the hissy fit, which is also the way you know if you're an inner adult. You're truly intelligent when you're not controlled by your implicit, explicit memory, your biases, and your own imagination, your own downloads, your own words. Okay, so there's a lot more. We'll talk about it next, but right now I'm going to close on out this first episode. So true intelligence is holistic. It involves mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual alignment. For those of you who are within our spiritual community, if you're science, you just talk about it as your higher self. That's a solo self, a higher self. You own it. Okay, so you rise above dysfunctional patterns and ego distortions, also all of distortions. And so you don't have any mask. You just know I'm a human. I have thoughts, feelings. There's a bunch of books. There's a bunch of more. We don't dismantle any of people's beliefs. We're grounded in reality with that. And we know any cherishable belief can be falsifiable, but data is replicable and repeatable, which is why to a T it's repeatable when people are like, nah, I don't need anything, but they're living on Pinocchio's island. Whether they're spiritual bypassers who don't want to be quantumists, discerning, loving, and the ones who don't think science is good, or the science who thinks they know about spiritual mystic life when they don't, and they say we don't exist and we're not real. You can't unsee us. Well, you can tell us everything you want. We'll learn how to use different words. You don't unsee people. So when you feel it in your bones, the spiritual stuff, it don't matter if somebody wants to disprove. You can't disprove God. You can't disprove spirit. This is the part of why it makes me hilariously laugh in my butthole when we have to prove it. Prove what? Scientists fight amongst each other about things that are healthy for people. Like, how are you going to prove God? Like, where? Where are you going to make him? Show yourself. Like, not to mention that God doesn't intervene. Again, free will, like people, they forget. When you meet insecure people, it's because they don't like the unknown. And they're not mastering their 8th and 9th chakra, which instead we are, the 5D collective. We're going to have another episode. So please, again, remember that true intelligence means holistic. And then we have professionals and people who rise beyond those dysfunctional patterns, the ego distortions. They let the left and right brain work together. I know I do. That's what, again, in our lovely little episodes, noticing our inner and outer dialogue, adults, inner adults, outer dialogue exchanges, and recognizing there's not a one-size-fits-all formula, only the smart way tailored to you, because you'll know what you need. And it's with the right professionals who are supportive and the supportive communities, so you will reach your infinite higher human conscious potential. That's because you have a body connected, though, remember, and an integrated brain, so you own the sense of self. Good professionals, scientific or spiritual, they understand and know this. They do not impose personal preferences as truths. They don't actually tell you what they like or not. They will focus on genuinely helping you know what works long term, what your well-being involves, and then they will respect your free will, which is why they will not impose it. So you support your truest version to become you, like I do with me, because you are actually looking for outcomes, and the options and the clear explanations satisfy you because, again, science, it's repeatable. The ones who are not liking neuroscience, neurobiology, all the new stuff, we know who they are. So being focused on what's right from your heart for you doesn't mean that you get to do it your way. It just means that you get to know what will bring you to that next best step, and then you get to leave for the lovely future generations something that will work, because that's what we all do. Those who are of all types of professions. So again, thanks for stopping by. Again, it's the first diary entry and it's a stop holder, but we will have more. Have a good one.